They warp to Peridot's location. Pearl rushes in only to get used as a weapon. The gems do a team ultimate to take her down, but Pearl gets in the way again, which leads to her escaping. They return home where Pearl apologizes and goes back to track Peridot's location. The gems warp to her coordinates, then Pearl runs inside the spaceship. Peridot comes on a screen and asks if they're ready to play a game before activating lasers to rain down on them, but Steven always keeps his umbrella close. They escape to the next room and run from more traps until Steven and Amethyst get separated from Garnet and Pearl. She apologizes to Garnet and tells her that she's going to catch Peridot to make it up to her. Garnet says that won't fix their relationship. She tells Garnet that pearls are useless on their own and only when they're together does she feel powerful, but Garnet reveals that she just pretends to be strong because the team needs her to be and tell her she's strong in her own way. They form Sardonic and burst out of the trap, then go to battle Peridot. She uses her hands to fly away, but Steven jumps on her, then begins to pull her down. Peridot detaches her legs and escapes again. They go home and Steven gets ready to go to bed when Peridot comes in and Solid snakes him to the warp portal. She tells him to fix the space portal like he did Lapis's gem, and Special Steven actually tries to repair it. But luckily he can't heal machines. The crystal gem shows up and use their team ultimate and back her into a corner. Peridot tries to tell them something, but Garnet smokes her. Steven wonders what she was trying to say and wishes to see her when Rose's room opens and takes him to where the bubble gems are kept. He activates Peridot and asks what she knows. She tells Steven that her mission was to check on the cluster inside the planet, then runs away into the living room where the crystal gems confront her. Peridot locks herself in the bathroom and tries to escape to no avail. They scold Steven for freeing her, but he tells them about the cluster. Garnet doesn't know what that is, so they decide to leave her on Smoke. Steven gives Peridot her missing leg, then she lets him inside. He begins telling her about Earth items and says they will help her for information, but she refuses to tell them, so they decide to go out and look for knowledge themselves while leaving Steven to watch their captive. A storm begins to form and Peridot comes out of the bathroom thinking it's the cluster. Steven shows her that rain is harmless, then she decides to tell him about the cluster, but she says they need to head to the kindergarten to see it. They enter the not-so-secret basement and activates the computer, then Peridot tells Steven that the cluster is made up of millions of gem shards and when it takes form the Earth will be destroyed. They walk back home when many mutated gems starts to attack them, but the crystal gems arrives and saves the day, then scolds Steven for freeing Peridot again, but she steps forward and tells them about the cluster.